Hey everybody, welcome to the Jeremy Redmond Daily Show. Here's what's cool. I have this and it's gonna give you animations on there, right? So Dave, do the animation. No, we don't have resources to do that. Dave, is that possible? Is that possible to do that? If I do something on the iPad, then it shows up on there? All right, so we went to this investor conference and we went to this other stuff last week, and I thought to myself, oh, I think it's cool to have been in business for a long time, right? And I think like the company itself was founded in 2019. In that time, we've gotten to over $1 million in revenue, and we're slowly approaching like what would be like, hopefully the goal very soon is $1 million in recurring revenue. Okay. And we've pivoted, we've gone back and forth on different like business ideas and what we see in the market. And we've gone all the way up. At one point we were almost to 40K MRR, monthly recurring revenue. Dave, monthly recurring revenue. Says. And when we did that, like, it was great. We had one business model. We were like, all right, this is good. We knew kind of around 30-ish that it's like, this keeps going, like we're not going to be able to handle it because we're just not going to be able to do the game much back and forth. We just had to pivot away from that model. Like a lot of the infrastructure, a lot of the pre-seed based stuff that we were doing had to go back and forth, and it wasn't sustainable. And I kind of knew that. I knew we could have gotten to 40, 50, 60, 70 grand in monthly recurring revenue. At one point, I think we hit with like setup fees and one-time fees. It was like 60 grand in 1 month. And in that same month, and this was like almost 2 years ago. This was like a little less than 2 years ago. We hit like 60 grand, but we spent 85. Look at this beautiful little heater I have. Oh yeah. Okay, anyway, and now it's been a ride down, right? Earlier this year, we hit maybe 5 grand in revenue, in monthly recurring revenue. So it was like, we went all the way up to like 36. And then we went all the way down slowly as we like let customers go or pivoted our model away or did other things over the course of say 18 months. Now, what I think constantly is there is a story in that up and down piece where it is learning about your customer, learning how to stay in business, learning how to spend cash and be efficient with cash, hire contractors, employees, fill gaps, learn product, learn as you go, but not go out of business, right? Learn to not go out of business. I don't know if those are the same things yet. But as I told a lot of my story to investors last week, there was a negative sign that we had been around since 2019. Like not really, but it was up to me to sell that we had a new product as of earlier this year, right? Like mid this year, April, May-ish. And that we had put the paywalls on that product in June. And now we have grown revenue over 60% month over month since. Monthly recurring revenue. We still have one-time fees and usage fees and things like that, which drastically makes our revenue go up. But like our monthly recurring revenue has been growing 60% month over month since. And it started in the thousands a month. So now it's well into the tens of thousands a month. But one thing came to me where I was like, investors normally say they want a founder or a CEO or a team that's resilient or hustling or a lot of this other bullshit that you hear. And that's what I'm gonna call it now, is bullshit. Because I've gotten more negative feedback by the simple fact that we have been around and initially launched a product, not even the product we're pushing now, but launched a product in 2020. Like an initial alpha product in like 2019-ish. We got our first VC, small, like 50K VC check in 2019. And we raised money in tranches beyond then. But I'm getting kind of sick and really fucking tired of this, like, we want resilient founders, we want hanging in the game, we want founders that want to do this more than they want to this crap, right? And you hear it, zoom in Dave, all the time. What a better embodiment of going through something and figuring out product market fit and not giving up and finding out and talking to your customers and figuring how to stay in bit. Resiliency, persistency, not giving up, building a team, finding that team, finding the customers, building revenue, growing revenue. All of that stuff is in this chart, right? Dave, this chart. When you go from 0 to 36 in MRR, back down to 5-ish, and then back up, right? That's not a negative. That to me would be a reason to invest. Write in the comments. First, like this video, thumb it, subscribe, do all the things you can do. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in thinking this? In imagining that, like, there's more in that story than, like, I've actually been told by more than a dozen advisors, not investors in the company, but like to dissolve the old entity, to start fresh with like a fresh cap table. And I'll make a video on that later. But like, that's not what I want to do. I want to make a book of winners. I think it's more important that I show resilience, that I build it back up. Like, am I wrong? Because I'm feeling fairly wrong here. So let me know what you think in the comments. Am I wrong? Should I start fresh? That's not something I want to do. All the people that cut me a check and all the people, like, now we're on the come up, and we even had companies, like people, advisors, people that raised millions of dollars, people that I know, told me to dissolve the company, start fresh, start a new company with the new product for this reason. And I'm like, if I saw the Stripe do this, I'm saying that you know how many people would have given up on that piece? On that downfall? You know how many people would have done that? But I stuck with it and kept going up, and now we're surpassing. Let me know if I'm wrong or not. Doesn't that show resilience? Let me know in the comments if you're brave enough to comment.